Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. I'm Sophie Paterson, interior designer in the UK, for those of you who've not been following. And today I'm very excited to give you a tour of my bathroom. I'm going to be sharing with you some storage tips, design tips for creating a luxurious bathroom in your home. So I hope you enjoy it. I don't know why, but for those of you who are channel regulars, you might remember me saying that I wasn't sure about whether I wanted to share our bathroom. I might do one of our principal ensuite bathroom. It is a really nice room and I love it, but I don't know, it just feels weird like walking around your bathroom doing a tour to YouTube. So before I back out, come on in, follow me. This is our main bathroom for the principal bedroom. I share this with my husband and we also bathe our kids in here. There is an ensuite bathroom for every single bedroom, but we just tend to like bathing them in here. There's a huge tub, huge shower, so everyone kind of uses this space, even though there's other bathrooms too. What I love about this room is, number one, the Bookmatched marble, which is above the bath and also in the shower enclosure. And Bookmatched means literally they got a slab of marble and they open it up almost like the leaves of a book. So you can see you get that really gorgeous pattern that's symmetrical and you get some really interesting patterns in it. And I feel like that just makes such a nice statement in front of the bath. I purposely didn't go for marble all around the entire bathroom, and there was a couple of reasons for that. Number one, this marble is not cheap, so I didn't want to waste my money and put it on all the walls where I didn't need it. I thought it made more of a statement just in like certain areas, and then I've combined it with wallpaper, and not just any wallpaper, but a vinyl wallpaper, so it's still really practical, it's water resistant, and I feel like that makes the room feel a lot warmer, whereas if you had all cold, hard surfaces, this would feel even more echoey, even colder, whereas I want my bathroom to feel quite warm and inviting as well as clean. I am definitely a bath girl. I love a shower as well, but this is my favourite way to relax. The kids go in this bath every single evening. When I'm looking for a good bath, what I look for is a good amount of surface area around the edge. If you want to have a freestanding bath, it allows you to balance like a cup of tea or your shampoo bottles on there. And also because it's got this curved radial edge here, it means that it's really comfortable when you lean your head back against it. And these are little things that people often don't think about when they're choosing a bath. But if your bath is not comfortable, it's not worth having. Next up is the shower. I love a big shower enclosure, but this was probably the biggest design mistake I've made in my house. Look at this amount of glass. There is just so much to clean. Every time you have a shower, you have to dry the glass and it is a complete pain. So my tip to you, if you want to have a big shower, is maybe consider having like a solid wall of stone, have an area that's open, don't have so much glass because it takes like 5 minutes out of my day every single day that I have to clean this. But I do have a really good, and I've hidden it behind here because it is not bougie, machine. This is my secret weapon, that every morning it saves me a lot of time. Like if I had to sort of, is it squidgy?
Yeah,
Squidgy the glass every morning with a manual one. With this amount of glass, it would be like so painful. So someone recommended to me that I get this battery operated one. Actually, it's you charge it with a little charger in the plug, and that's so good because you just squeeze it down and it sucks all the water up. So I'll link that in the description box if any of you have a lot of glass and it's the bane of your life. It's by Karcher and it's a lifesaver. But I hide it out of view because it is not beautiful. So that goes there. And then in front of it, before I show you the rest of the shower, I have this laundry basket, which is just a nice wicker, and it normally has like a linen bag that goes inside so it protects all your clothes. Always have a laundry basket in your bathroom, it's the best thing. I have multiple different showers. Don't zoom in too hard because there's some hard water residue on here that is not picture perfect, but this is the best type of shower. Like when you design a bathroom or you're choosing fittings for your own bathroom, don't just go for a rainfall shower like we have above me. It's rubbish for washing your hair. If you want to get in the shower and you've just had your hair done or you've done your hair yourself and you don't want to get it wet, it's impossible. So always include one of these, which is like the ugly type that you get in the gym. It gives you a lot more power and you can direct it so you could just wash your body, or if you're rinsing your hair, and like I have really thick hair, so I have to rinse it really carefully to get all the shampoo and conditioner out, this is the best type for that. I chose and designed this bathroom 11 years ago, so it's not necessarily the choices that I would make now, but I feel like everything I chose was timeless and I'm definitely not going to rip it out, so I'm more than happy with these. Inside the shower we have a couple of niches. There's a little niche here and it does have a light, but I haven't got the lights on because they're LED, so it can flicker on film, but that's great for storing your shampoos. And then on this wall I've got a pair of symmetrical niches. And again, another thing that I would have changed if I was to go back in time in my magical design time machine is I put, oh no, I didn't even put spotlights in these. That's how much I've learned along the way. I would put an LED strip in these because it would just give a nice glow. And I'll share with you on screen an image of a bathroom we designed about 3 years ago that we did do that in, and that's something that we regularly do now. But it's quite nice with the two niches symmetrical. This is the wall that you see the most. And then you also want to make sure in any shower that you have a long hose so you can clean your shower afterwards, make sure that all the product has gone off of the stone. This is all real marbles, so there's a lot of maintenance that you have to think about. And when it comes to real marble, you can't use like really abrasive cleaning materials on it. And if you're interested in that side of bathroom design, I have done a marble and real stone video which talks all about with an expert how to look after real marble. Is it practical? Should you have it in your room? So we'll link that in the description box as well. So the next most important space in this bathroom and most used area is the vanity unit, and that's the unit that goes under the basins. I chose to have two surface mounted basins. I remember I saw it back in Paris at Maison and Objet, which is like a big trade show. It must have been in like 2011, and I absolutely loved it. So I had this vanity unit made custom by a joiner, and then I had our stonemason make a top. This is a Caesar stone product, so it's a lot more practical than marble. Obviously it gets stuff dropped on it all the time, like toothpaste and all types of soaps. So I didn't want to do a real marble here. I wanted something that was going to be a bit more stain resistant. And I quite like how it has the nice contrast with the dark Caesar stone. I think this colour is called Menk, if I remember rightly, against the lighter Calacatta Oro marble. And then under here, and I can't open all these drawers because I haven't had time to tidy them up, and I haven't had organised come in here. This is actually all my husband's products. My bathroom where I keep all my products is off my dressing room, which I haven't shown you. But we have all types of things stored in here, so much storage. We even have a Barbie slide. I mean, this is just ridiculous, the things we have. This, I mean, before you get your imagination carried away, this is actually a water squirter. And I really shouldn't have this in the bathroom because my kids squirt the water everywhere and they think it's hilarious to especially aim it at me. But we have all the kids' bath toys in here, flannels, their toothbrushes, all kind of bath products. I love these wall lights above the basins. These are by Porta, and I bought them 10 years ago. They're specifically for bathrooms, so when you're choosing fittings for your bathroom, you can't just use any type of wall light. I think if it's within like 2 meters of water, it has to have a certain type of specification to make sure it's safe to use in the UK. Porta have quite a good selection of bathroom fittings, but there's lots of other suppliers as well. But what I liked about these was the fact that it had the fabric shade. So again, it's bringing a little bit of warmth, a little bit of softer materials into what is typically quite a cold, sanitary kind of space. The taps are all Jessie as well. Again, probably not what I would use these days, but they've been great. I think it's really important to invest in the best quality taps that you can get because it's not something that you can easily change. My clients are always surprised that you have to kind of make the decision about your taps very early on because it's not just what you see on the surface, but all the fixings, all the pipe work behind the wall has to be compatible with the tap on the front. So it's not something that you can just change when you get bored of it, or if it breaks, you might have to break the marble to get into it and fix the issue. Over here I have the heated towel rail. So I have a heated towel rail near all the areas where you might bathe. So this is closest to the bath, and then I have one by the shower. And then on them I have these monogram towels, which are from our collection with Co's linen. We have this range of towels. These are all beautiful cotton, great quality towel. This is probably about 3 years old and it gets washed all the time. You can see it's still looking really good. And then we've had it monogrammed with a P. So with this collection, you can choose so many different types of fonts, different colors. You can make your own monogram. You can even send in your own logo. And we have it embroidered in the UK onto the towel, and then we sell those globally. They get sent all over the world. So that was one of my very first collections I did. And I am obsessed with monograms. I think I've said it before, but I basically want to stamp a monogram or stitch a monogram on absolutely anything in my house that's possible. Next to this, we have a plinth, and I think it's so nice to introduce artwork or sculpture into your bathroom if you have space. It's a space that you should be very relaxing. You spend every day in there in the morning and the evening, and I think it's a nice space to really appreciate some art, because it's when you sort of slow down a bit more in your day, you can kind of be a bit more aware of your surroundings. So this is a beautiful vase that we sourced in Paris. It's by an artist called Giles Caffier. We've used it in a lot of clients' homes as well, like some of his work. And then it sits on a custom plinth that I designed and had made, which has got a bit of marble and then this liquid metal finish. What I've got here is basically my rule that I would always apply in any bathroom. You need to have a sheer Roman blind because you do not want to flash your neighbours. No one needs to see that on a daily basis, but it still allows all the natural light to flood in. I much more prefer these to, say, shutter blinds, because I feel like shutters, especially if you have like a sash window where it has all these glazing bars, it looks quite fussy, but I think it also blocks so much of the light, and also again it's another hard surface, so it's missing an opportunity to bring some nice fabric in. This is more of just a dress Roman blind. I would never really put this down. This bathroom looks out onto our garden and it's not overlooked, so I don't need to worry about when the lights are on if people can see the silhouette. In this corner, I decided to put a few pieces of key furniture, and I think it's really nice to have furniture in your bathroom. Again, it makes it feel like more of a room rather than just, you know, somewhere that you wash. I have this cocktail table that I bought years and years ago, sadly not available anymore, but I think a small cocktail table is such a nice idea. Even if you can't fit something like an armchair, if you can put one of these next to your bath or in a corner, it's just a great opportunity to dress that. And on here you can see I've got the world's biggest diffuser. This one is by Colti Milano and the scent is Gratia. Really nice. I love the packaging. I like the fact that it's white and clean. It goes really nicely with all of the material choices. And then this is a candle by Rachel Vosper. She is an amazing candle maker in London, and you can also send her any like container or vase that you love and she can turn it into a candle for you. She's got a boutique based in Belgravia. And then lastly, I just have this small piece of faux coral just to add some visual interest, and I like how it works really nicely with the shapes and the texture in the table. This armchair is one of my oldest pieces of furniture. We've had this since our very first home that we had. I think we bought our first home in like 2005. So 17 years I've had this chair, which makes me feel very old. It's actually from Andrew Martin, and I have a collection with Andrew Martin now of cushions. This is one of my cushions from Andrew Martin. We've designed 3 collections together now of fabrics and cushions. But back when I bought this chair 17 years ago, I was just a huge fan of Andrew Martin. I used to go there every weekend with my husband, and we didn't have much money, so we'd sort of go there, like come up with a shopping list of what we'd like to buy, never buy any of it, apart from occasionally we'd sort of save up and get one key piece, you know, a couple of times a year. And this was one of the things that we bought and really, really loved. And it just shows that if you buy carefully and you really think about what you really love, it will stand the test of time, because, you know, I can't imagine ever throwing this out. And it's been in our bedroom, it's been in a sitting room, and now it's in our bathroom, and I feel like it's just such an adaptable piece of furniture. Again, it's nice to add some seating in your bathroom because it just makes it feel a bit more homely, and quite often I'll sit here while my kids are dragging out bath time and trying to spray me with bath toys. I kind of try and ignore them while I just read a magazine. This I just got from Zara Home. Again, you do not need to worry about where you buy your things from, just buy what you love. And I love the colour of it, this taupe faux crocodile skin. So when my kids are trying to harass me and spray me with water, I just ignore them, pick up a magazine and pretend I'm not here, like that. Above me, this is a piece of custom art that I had made. So I sourced these fan corals ethically. They're all like, I have all the certification. You have to be so careful when it comes to coral. You do not want to be getting coral, you know, yourself out the sea or buying it without making sure that it's gone through the proper sources and all the correct paperwork. But I sourced these, and then I had these frames custom made. So at the back, you can see I've got some grass cloth wallpaper. And I actually had these in situ before I even wallpapered this bathroom. I wallpapered it like maybe 6 years ago, and I had this bathroom for 10, 11 years. But I love the combination of the coral against the grass cloth, and then they did such a great job. I'm not going to stand up because I'm going to block your view, but hopefully Ollie will be able to capture this. The grass cloth actually runs back along the corner, and then the mount is at the front of the glass, and this is reflective glass, and then it has like a really nice bronze coloured frame. So I have this huge one here, and when it comes to choosing artwork in your bathroom, I love to choose pieces that remind me of nature or just somehow feel relevant to a bathroom. And for me, coral, whether it's like faux coral or ethically sourced fan coral, just feels so nice and relaxing and calming in a bathroom space. So you'll notice that I have 2 doors off the bathroom here, which is quite an unusual thing to have. Behind this door is the toilet, and I always like to have the toilet out of view or separate if possible with any of my clients' bathrooms I'm designing. And if there isn't space to make it in a completely separate enclosure, sometimes I might try and do like a little wall nib, or certainly place it in a position where it's not the first thing you see as you walk through the door. So I'll share some images with you that illustrate that, like different ways that you can hide your toilet. Just makes it look a bit more elegant. But the other thing I want to draw your attention to is these handles. I just changed these. This is the newest thing I've put in my bathroom, and I've changed them throughout my entire house. Before this I had chrome door handles and I hated them. I felt like they just really stood out against the dark grey oak, whereas I love how these blend in. These are from Heritage Brass, and I'll link them in the description box. I looked for a long, long time to find the right handle. And things that matter to me with handles is they have to feel really good quality because you touch them every day. The bronze finish has to be just right. Like, you get some really bad bronzes that look more like copper, but this is like the perfect matte bronze. And I also wanted to make sure there wasn't any really sharp edges. We have 2 young children, and it's like at the worst height that you could have something sharp if they run into it. So these, although they look very angular, all the corners are just nicely rounded. And I feel like it's a really classical, timeless design, so really happy with those. And then behind this door is where the loo is. Can't believe I'm giving a tour of a loo, but here we go. On the walls, we have this grass cloth wallpaper, which I had left over from, this is actually the same wallpaper that's in my dining room, now playroom, and we used some on the chimney breast in the kitchen. But I just loved it so much I didn't want to just throw it away, and it was a nice way for warming up the space. We have a niche above the loo, which I always love to do, with the grey oak that matches the doors and also matches the vanity unit, so it ties it all together. And then I've mirrored the back of that and just put a couple of accessories. This vase is just Zara Home, believe it or not, and I absolutely love it. And then another piece of faux coral. Behind me, I've got a little basket of toilet rolls. I love baskets for storing things. There's no hiding it, it's a toilet. I don't feel like you need to hide toilet rolls away. And then I have a small little table here, which if you shuffle in, Ollie, you'll be able to see. Again, it's just a nice opportunity to put a little piece of furniture, and I've dressed that with a photo frame of our old dog Bo, for my husband to look at every time he goes to the loo. And then a little diffuser from Bamford, which I've just noticed is empty. I'll link that in the description box as well. I talk about them all the time, but my favourite scent is the rosemary one.
They do offer refills.
Do they?
Yeah,
okay,
they do.
I need to buy some refills. And then this is a small little vase. Again, I think I just got this from the high street somewhere, but I like how it creates a cluster, and then just a little candle that I've lit for you guys today. And then on the wall around here, we have some pieces of artwork. These are all little ceramic scrolls. They're incredibly fragile, so I pick very carefully where I use them in projects. But they've got gorgeous linen mount, which I really love, like the textural contrast of the chunky linen mount against the grass cloth, and then this delicate little scroll feature, and it just tones really nicely with all the colours. I thought I would also share with you guys some of my skincare routine. I'm not going to do another bathroom tour, so this is now or never. And I'm very conscious that this isn't a skincare channel, but a lot of people have been asking on Instagram and YouTube, so I thought, you know what, this is my moment. So really quickly, these are the products that I've tried and tested. None of this is sponsored. I've bought all of this myself, but I'm going to just share with you. I've wasted a lot of money on a lot of products over the years, and these are the ones that I keep going back to. So this is one of my favorites, Dr. Barbara Sturm Cleanser. It's a foaming cleanser. I like the fact that it just pumps out really quickly. It makes you feel like it takes everything off, and you feel super clean afterwards. But I do mix it up, I alternate. I got this Sarah Chapman cleanser, which is a completely different type of cleanser. It's more like, I don't know how to describe it, oily. What I think it does, like when I went for the facial last week, sorry this is rambling a bit, but I told the girl that I always use this one, and sometimes I double cleanse, triple cleanse, and I still feel like all my makeup's not off. And she said that you need a cleanser that has oil in it that's going to break down your makeup. And what I was doing wrong was I was like just putting it on, rubbing it quite quickly, and then washing it off. But actually, say if you use one that has like an oil-based cleanser, you need to rub it on, you need to like keep massaging your face for 2 minutes, and that's going to suck all the product out of your pores and really make you feel extra clean. And since I've been doing that, my face does feel cleaner, and I don't have to use so much product, so that was quite a good tip that she gave me. I've got a couple of moisturisers that I use. So sometimes I have a bit of pigmentation on my forehead that I've covered up with makeup, but I got that after I had Oscar, and so now even if I go in the sun, even though I wear sun protection every day, I get like some dark spots on my forehead. This one I bought from Space NK, it's Kate Somerville, and it's got retinol in it, which is really good for getting rid of fine wrinkles and pigmentation. So I use that one, and you have to build it up. You can't use it every night because then your skin gets really sensitive. But I've built up to using that maybe 2-3 nights a week. Don't use it when you're going on holiday because it's gonna make your skin very sort of susceptible to more dark spots. And then every morning I use Dr. Barbara Sturm. This is the face cream light, which is really good. I use sunscreen every day. Tried loads of sunscreens. A lot of them cause me to have breakouts and they feel very heavy. And this one I bought from Space NK and I've been really impressed with it. It's called Ultra Violette. This one is SPF 30, but I just found out my sister's got the SPF 50, so I'm gonna buy that. It's fragrance-free, mineral sunscreen, and again, really easy to use because it's pump action. So I use like 2 or 3 pumps on my face, completely cover it. Another tip that I was given, if you do have pigmentation, is the facialist that I saw the other week said to me that I should be using vitamin C, because like if you put, like imagine you slice an apple, if you put a bit of vitamin C drops on it, it won't go brown, which was a really good way of explaining it. So now I imagine my face like an apple going brown. And I use this one, which is a Bargy Medical Professional C Serum 10%. I just got back from holiday and I was using it every day, and I have to say like my pigmentation hasn't been too bad. Then, because everyone does like a tan, and I never tan my face naturally, I always wear a hat, I use Tan Luxe, the face. This is the anti-age rejuvenating self-tan drops, and the medium dark one. I probably use that like once or twice a week, which makes me look a bit more alive. The Barbara Sturm night serum I use because I just feel exhausted most of the time, and it makes me feel like it's gonna give me a bit of anti-aging, and I just love like putting drops under my moisturiser. And then lastly, I do a mask every now and then, and the Barbara Sturm one I found is probably the best one. So that's my skincare recommendations for those of you who've been asking. And I store all of my most used products in a marble tray, which I think is just a really nice way to display them and make sure they're easily accessible. This one is from my collection with Co's Linen, and I'll link that in the description box as well. But again, it's a really nice way just to sort of spruce up your bathroom. Even if you haven't got like marble on the walls, you can have a nice marble tray, which is going to add some luxury to your bathroom. Okay guys, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. I know bathrooms can be a really tricky space to design, so I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like more regular updates, you can always follow us on Instagram at Sophie Paterson Interiors. Otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next one. Take care, guys.